Welcome to Salcedo Paranormal. It is Thursday, September 1st, 2022. We are out of August. So, um, as always, tonight I'll be covering paranormal news. That's what I was going to say. As always, you can find all the episodes of the podcast along with links to social media, ways to donate, and ways to contact me at the podcast page, which is salcidoparanormal.podbean.com. That's SALSIDO paranormal.podbean.com. Always happy to hear from you all, whether you have comments or questions or topic suggestions, or if you have stories of paranormal experiences, whether they're your own or from others that you trust. I'm happy to either read those or have you on the show with me to talk about them. And we can go from there. So tonight is going to be the news. Sunday will be true paranormal stories from the web. Monday will be more news. Tuesday will be more stories. Wednesday, the plan is as of right now, I'll be having Derek on again. Not for a comic book event though. It's going to be something a little bit different. And you know what? I think I'll save that as a little bit of a surprise for everyone. Some people know, some friends know, but I'll just leave that there. So, and then next Thursday will be more news. So, also, just in case anything happens as far as sounds, random noises, I do have a carnival or a fair happening not too far from me in the back of my place, and so if you hear any random voices or mainly just shouts or screams, I'm sure they'll sound distant, but if you hear them, that is not paranormal. That is just people on carnival rides. So I don't think that will be a problem, but just in case for anyone that listens to this after and thinks they hear an EVP, probably not. Not that that can't happen on shows, but probably not what you're going to hear this time, if you hear anything at all extra. So just wanted to make sure I let you all know about what's going on. And that's something that you may also hear on Sunday and Monday. Maybe, I don't think Tuesday. But anyway, it's like a weekend thing. It's for the holiday weekend here in the US. So I believe that covers everything. As always, I include all the links to the articles I talk about in the stream chat, as well as the episode descriptions on the podcast and YouTube feeds. And so you can check out these articles, read them in full, check out the images, because I don't read them. I just scan them and summarize them. So yeah, so I think that's everything I needed to say before I got started with these. So I will get to them. Thank you all as always for listening, whether you're here for the live streams or you listen to the podcast or YouTube feeds. Those numbers are still growing, and which is really amazing. We're up to over 3,200 downloads on the podcast feed and over 4,500 views on YouTube. So thank you all so much for that. Those numbers still blow my mind every time I look at them. So but yeah, so let me see here. This first story is in the ancient civilization category. And this is something that I've heard about before, but this article is bringing it up, and I think it's a good thing to talk about here. This is from let's see here. The website is thetravel.com, and this article. The title is "Beyond Pyramids: Imagine floating down a hand-built Mayan canal. And it says the Maya built more than pyramids and cities. And so and then they're talking about float down. I'm sorry, float and kayak down the canals they hand dug in the Yucatan Peninsula. And this is by Aaron Spray. And so let me see here, get into this article here. It mentions that the Mayans are one of the ancient indigenous civilizations of the Americas. And it mentions that people around the world have been interested in them. And their architecture, really, massive pyramids that were found in their big cities or amazing cities that they built. But also there are these canals, and even caves that are. It says caves are considered to be the sacred conduits to the underworld, which is amazing in a way because of the episode that Jen and I did last night about Egypt. Similar thing. This idea that one's own crypt is their entrance into the underworld for them. So, neat little connection there. It says that the Mayan were in the Yucatan region of what is Mexico today, and other parts of South America, Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and parts of El Salvador and Honduras. So that's a good stretch of land there. But to me, it's amazing that these people made these canals. This is a ton of work to make them, and then to have the water go through them. And that we've talked before about how the how water has its own energy and how it can conduct energy and make energy move, and it just makes me wonder what they were working on or what they were trying to do, and all of that, as far as if they were controlling this water and where it was going and how it was flowing and all of that. Maybe there was some mystical, energetic reasons for these canals. Maybe this is something that's already been discussed in other articles, other places. I don't know, but just something that came to mind when I saw this article. So, that's basically it. It goes into other articles. It's one of those where it just goes from one to the next in the same link. So I believe that part of that is done, but still, it's a good point to bring up, I think, about these waterways that people made, but it's still moving water. It's still moving energy. So yeah, that covers that one, and I can move on to the rest here. That's it for the ancient civilization category. Next, we're going to the UFO sightings here. This next article is from bristolpost.co.uk. And this article says, UFO spotted in the sky over Easton, as resident says it looked very unusual. Let me see here. I'm looking now for... Okay. I have no idea how to say this author's name, but so I will leave that to you all to check out. And let me just need to invert the colors in this page. There we go. Okay, so this is a sighting of a UFO, and apparently it was the images that were sent to this Bristol Live news organization. Apparently, they show a bright circular light in the sky, and the sighting was at around 10 p.m. on a Thursday, and the resident that took the pictures apparently thought it may have been a star or even a helicopter. We've heard that before. It seems like that's a common pair of. I don't know what that is exactly, why that is, but I've heard that those exact um, phrases before, right next to each other, when trying to describe what people thought these or think these lights are at first. The witness said it was a very bright light, but it was going very fast. It was going from the garden to the front of the house. It was a small distance. Looked very unusual, and the witness thinks it could have been a UFO. Um, so, and it says not only that, there were four of them. So there were four of these things, these circular lights. Interesting. And they have images here, and they have similar articles. So it looks like that's the end. Oh, wait, hang on here. Wait, there's a little more. It says that there was another sighting last month of something in the sky, but apparently it was a birthday balloon, they say, which escaped his garden. I always wonder about those explanations. Like, I do think that happens, but I also wonder sometimes, getting into almost like a conspiratorial thing here. Idea here is if some people aren't encouraged or told to put that out there and say, yeah, it was nothing. It was just a balloon. Okay. APOC mentions here um, one of their sightings was in fours. Interesting. So yeah. So I thought that was a neat article, and I those explanations like that, I sometimes wonder. I think of course there will be cases where it is someone's balloon that got free, but I still always wonder, given all the history and the stigma of these kind of sightings, if sometimes people don't just put it out there that, oh, it was a balloon, and whether it was or not, they want to make the whole thing kind of go away. So so yeah, neat article, neat sighting, and can move on to the next one here. And this next one is from, let me see here. Uh, okay. This next one is from currentargus.com. So I'm guessing Argus is a area. And the title is UFO reported in Carlsbad sky. Mystery lights hovered over Carlsbad. Could they be a UFO? Over 1,000 possible New Mexico UFO sightings have been recorded by the National UFO Center. And this was doesn't give us a individual writer, but so let's see here. Let me get through all the ads, and I'm not seeing an actual article. Maybe it's just well, no, I think that's it. Might be it. I'm sorry about that. I see here. Looking. Yeah, no. Maybe it's just a video. It looks like it's just a video. Maybe. So, um, but again, here you go with lights, strange lights in the sky. I always think that's really amazing because that can be so many things. Looks like the video might be an ad. So that is really odd. You would think they'd at least, I don't know. I guess maybe that is they did like include a subtitle, which which is, I guess, meant to be the article. Anyway, that's wow. I've never encountered that before, but at least not for a news story. I have just real quick. It's funny. I've found when I'm doing research for things, especially for like haunted places and those kind of things. Sometimes you'll find links to things that say this place is haunted, and you'll click on the link, and it's literally that's the title, and then that's the sentence, and maybe there's one other sentence in the thing, and that's all there is on the website. And I'm always really sad when that happens. So that just reminded me of that. But anyway, still cool that there was a sighting there, and I'm all those sightings. Uh, all those sightings, yeah, maybe just need to be in the list of reason. Um, and I did find that one today. The other, a couple of other ones I had found Monday morning before I was not able to do a news show. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, I just had to share that bit about how you never know what you're gonna find when you're doing research for anything, because sometimes it'll be a great long article, and other times it'll just be a couple of sentences, if that. So, and that's not really a an insult to anybody or a disrespect. It's just that's how some sites are. Um, so yeah, it always cracks me up when that happens, and it's also a little bit sad at the same time. But anyway, enough about that. Speaking of paranormal, we are now heading into some more ghost story, haunted places kind of things here. And this first one is from MSN.com, the one I found anyway. And the author is Tori Jane. And this says, The Haunted Hotel in Indiana. Both history buffs and ghost hunters will love. And one moment while I reverse the colors again. Okay, there we go. And so this is talking about, first it mentions how there are many haunted places said to be in Indiana. Again, I think there's haunted places or places that are at least said to be haunted, but I think in many cases there are places that have weird things happening in them just everywhere. It's just a matter of when they're noticed. So that's just me saying that. That's not the article. But I really do think that is the case. I think if you, depending on when you're at a place, and then each person's own energy and all those different kinds of things, and weather and so many different factors. But I think that really there could be activity, strange things happening anywhere. It's just a matter of all the variables fitting together. But this says the Rhodes Hotel is an elegant Queen Anne style mansion built in 1893, and it has a picture and beautiful looking place there. Of course, I love architecture anyway. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. It's been there since 1987, and it mentions that it's again, like that the title says, it's history. People that are interested in history have really are really drawn to this place. And it's it says it's decorated now. It's decorated in a fashion similar to how it may have looked in its back in its early days, but it says it's a little calmer around here. So I'm guessing there's a lot going on back then. I mean, that's just, yeah, I don't know. But oh, I see. So basically, this was a hotel that was it was also it spent different years as different things, including a hotel and a brothel. Um, and then so let's see here. It's also it says there have been no less than basically 4 deaths on the grounds and or the house in the house. And it mentions that some of the people that stayed there for different periods of time were Al Capone and John Dillinger. And then, of course, when you have your criminal organizations, that can lead to some terrible things happening there. And of course, now it starts to get into the ghost stories. And that says that there have been many reports of unusual and even terrifying goings on at the Rhodes. Of course, they have to add the even terrifying. But mentions that they say there are many spirits there. One is a woman named Sarah who was once, it says, the lady of the night and simply never left. And it says that people there often feel watched, have items move around, electronics behaving strangely. Again, going back to that whole thing, how sometimes things seem to be drawn to electronics. So that's pretty neat in a way. It says other activity includes rare full-body apparitions of both a man and or a woman. Also reports of an image of a hazy body-like apparition gliding through the living room. And apparently there are other reports as well of just other things, random other things. And so that's why they're saying in this article title here that it's a place that is well known to people that are into history and into the paranormal. And often, I mean, you will find that people, if they're really probably in every case, but in a lot of cases, if you're into the paranormal, you're going to be into history, at least on some level, to try to figure out, or at least not really know, but try to figure out what could be causing the paranormal activity. So, I think that, and apparently this article is based on a post from Only in Your State. So that's another one of those websites that has a lot of these kinds of articles on there. But yeah, I think it's important too to just point out that if you're going to look into the paranormal, I think it does help whenever possible to try to look into the history. And so yeah, neat article there. And so I have one more. And this one is from wanderwisdom.com. That's actually kind of a neat name for a website. And this one it says, haunted former restaurant in Texas is truly giving people the creeps. And again, I have to reverse the colors here. Some of these articles, they just have a lot of them have like a plain white background, and that is not fun for my eyes. So, anyway, apparently this place was located in Waxahachie, Texas, called the Catfish Plantation. This was the name of this restaurant that apparently was there for a while. And it said it was rumored to have had 3 spirits there, each with their own, basically their own types of things that they did. It says that the place is now closed, but the building is still there, and people have been allowed, or at least gotten into there. Again, I never recommend trespassing for a number of reasons, both safety-wise, legal-wise, just a lot of things. And I mean, obviously, just in terms of respect and all of that. But so this place, it mentions the stories and rumors are crazy about the place, including glasses being randomly thrown. Let's see here. And doesn't go into much more detail in that paragraph, but And the article asks if maybe the hauntings got to be too much to where that's part of why the place closed. So let's see here. It mentions that people have claimed to have been touched. It doesn't say how. Hopefully, it's not anything too major. And apparently this place. See, this is always weird when this happens. Apparently, the place has burnt down several times and been rebuilt. So I always wonder what's behind that. Of course, when that happens, people automatically jump to a negative thing. It's hard to say though, I think. But yeah, that appears to be the end of the article here. But still a neat little article on a place that was said to be haunted that closed down, and then that even was had problems with fire. I always wonder about that. If I know can be reasons why places can be prone to fire, but I also sometimes wonder about that because there are reports sometimes of fires starting in places for no apparent reason, and again, like I said, of course, it's automatically assumed to be negative, and I'm not saying that it never is, but also I just wonder if there's other causes with energies or just various factors there. So yeah, electricity, yeah. So, but neat article there, and that is going to do it for today. So, and that's also it for until Sunday. So, thank you all for being here and for listening. And thought that was a neat mixture of articles, and I still have some more saved up for next time, so that'll be good. And so thank you all, and I will talk to you all on Sunday on the next episode of Salcedo Paranormal. Take care.